What's up, Brett?
Hey.
Hey, Lisa.
1 second. Welcome to the first ever FastBreak Show, and happy Halloween as well. Lisa, you want to give them the rundown?
This show is where we will be talking about everything that's going on with the PLL, everything that's going on in the world of lacrosse, and getting you guys involved with your photos, videos, and highlight tapes.
Our goal is to keep you guys up to date, and this show is all about you guys.
All about you guys.
So let's start with the opening face-off. First off, the PLL announced that in 2020 there will be a 7th club added.
And we will be looking for a couple new head coaches. Dom Starja has transitioned to a role with the Lacrosse Advisory Board. Atlas head coach Sean Paul has stepped down, and we will be looking for a new head coach for that 7th team.
And also, PLL Day took place on Tuesday. Yes, the first ever birthday / anniversary of the league. Lisa and I enjoyed going through your thousands of pictures and videos all throughout the day. And a lot of the players had some real sentimental, special moments from year one. They were really great to go through.
Hey, Mark, what are you doing? What are you doing? What does that say?
And during the Fall Classic, Whipsnake's face-off man Joe Nardella came up clutch once again, scoring the game winner for Team USA, thanks to an assist by Archer's Will Manny.
And the boys in blue also got a win over Virginia.
They sure did, yep.
There was how many PLL pros on the field?
25 out of 27 guys on the roster there.
Wow, so it felt like a PLL weekend.
It definitely did. Now let's talk about this huge week we just had.
Probably the biggest week in league history. One of the biggest. Probably announcing the league was probably the biggest.
Just a bunch of boys in a Brooklyn apartment getting ready for work.
On Tuesday, we had PLL Day.
Wednesday, we announced the 7th club. Paul Rabel headed to New York, hopped on the Pardon My Take podcast with Big Cat and PFT, and broke the news on the Breaking Moo segment. I'm not gonna do the moo, but...
Yeah, please don't.
This is actually, you do breaking moose? This is actually the biggest breaking moose we've ever had because it's real breaking moose.
Wow, so much pressure.
Yeah, a lot.
The PLL is expanding to a 7th lacrosse club.
There we go.
In 2020.
Whoa!
First time you heard it here first.
And then on Friday, Paul went back to PMT to talk with the guys and try to figure out some names for these teams.
All right, so we have Bolts, Mud Puppies, Wave Dogs, Turf Dogs, Fire Salamanders, and Phenom.
Grit and stones.
Grit, Stone, Phenom. I think that's good. I think that's a good list.
Those were definitely some creative names, some that we're really actually considering. What was your favorite one?
Mud Puppies, Fire Salamanders.
Anything that has to do with puppies, I'm all for.
Big Cat really wanted us to go dog themed because dogs go viral.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that if we name one of our teams after a dog, Mike and Paul will let us get a dog in the office.
That would also be great.
So I'm also all for that.
So Paul Rabel is back in the office here
He's
in
back.
LA. He'd probably be a good person to talk to about
Probably a
this.
really good person to talk to this.
Let's talk about the week you just had last week.
Yes.
Starting with Tuesday when you went to Pardon My Take to film it.
This process, starting where we did with PMT, is the hardest because there's just names,
Yeah.
and you just have to have imagination. So we just started internally a subcommittee with both of you guys on it, and we're vetting their selections and some of the ones that we have internally and some that our fans participated with last week.
Oh, also, I wanted to highlight that we are on the team logo name designing committee.
They are.
Almost as important as the party planning committee. So they created their own list, and then PL Nation, everyone at home, started submitting hundreds and hundreds of names.
Which, by the way, how great is PLL Nation?
One team name that is stuck out from the Barstool list, and then one team name that is stuck out from the PL Nation list.
Can I give 2 from Barstools?
Sure.
All right, the first is Stones, and the other is Grit. From the list of fans, I like Lions, and I also like Hellbenders. Fans are just great.
They are great.
They've basically compiled the internal list we had
They
without
really
even us
have.
sharing it.
Also-
There is a list that we haven't shared.
Hellbenders also falls into what the PMT guys brought up in fire salamanders. It is a type of fire salamander.
That
so
is.
It falls into the family.
That's exactly right.
Last thing, you mentioned a date that we have in mind internally for releasing the 7th team name.
I will be bringing a date to the announcement.
Wow, it's punny today. It's internal. It's internal.
Well, the pun's out,
The pun is out.
isn't it?
Also,
Right there.
oh my gosh.
Probably announce it the first week of December
Great.
on PMT. And you know what else is in December?
Ooh.
Brett knows.
Oh, I know. Actually, I do. I really do know.
What?
It's your birthday in December.
Oh, I knew it. She was
Favorite
my favorite.
employee.
Not as
Sorry,
exciting as
RJ.
the 7th club name,
You
but
can get it.
I'll come have cake.
I'll be 34.
This was great.
Do you have the Lakers
Thanks,
game?
guys. Yeah.
I'll
First
see you there
time.
too.
So there you have it from Paul himself. He gave us some team name options when a team name could be decided, and we will keep you guys up to date on this entire process.
Yeah, we definitely will because we are on the team logo and name committee.
Yeah, and not to brag, but we are.
That's a bit of a humble brag. Also, up next is quite literally that, up next. It's a segment where Lisa and I each choose a middle or high school player
Yep.
who sends their highlight tape our way, who we think has shown promise of potentially playing in the PLL one day.
Future PLL star.
Here's who I have up next. It's Andrew GREENSPAN, face-off specialist, and it seems like this guy scores on every single play. Goal after goal after goal. Also, pure speed on display from Andrew. I think I know someone that plays in the PLL that would appreciate this speed.
I wonder who you're thinking of. My guy is Jake NASO, and he is a senior at St. Anthony's High School and has already committed to playing at the University of Virginia. Now, in addition to his hand speed and physicality, he's always getting his teammates in position to score and even sometimes scoring himself. And that speed is always on display.
If both of these guys have a lot of speed, there's really only one person that we can bring in to vote who they think is up next.
Who is that?
Trevor.
Yeah, RJ, thanks for tapping me in there. Now, both these guys can ball. There's no question. They got a lot of speed, and they can bring the heat. You know, they're offensive threats, okay? Now, who do I think is next up? I think it's kind of an unfair question to ask because Jake is older. Jake's a senior, and Andrew's a freshman. So, naturally, Jake will be up next first, and then Andrew will be up next after Jake is up next.
That was Trevor's take, and
Yes.
you can't fight that logic because
You're
he
not wrong, Trevor.
is quite
on
literally
that.
up next. Jake is up next. But we all want to hear from you. Comment down below who you think is up next, Jake or Andrew. I heard you whispering. If you want to be featured on next week's episode, get your highlights in at highlights@premierlacrosseleague.com.
It's your chance to be a part of the show, so we want to see what you guys got.
There's also other ways to be in the show,
Yeah.
Lisa. And it's really simple. It's just hitting us up in our DMs at PLL Nation. This week, a lot of the inbounds and photos that you all sent our way were all logo renditions for the 7th Club.
So many.
My favorite off the bat, and this was one of the earliest logo submissions we got, was from Dom Lazzini. It's a fire salamander on fire as well as a stick.
I like that.
It was one of our first ones we got. It was really good.
Looks really good.
Also, another one in the fire salamander family was the Hellbenders LC one sent in by Jason.
Nice. And I have a couple too that I liked. This one comes from @GBurnlore on Instagram. Wonder if he's related to Kyle Burnlore.
Could be.
This is called the Apollo Lacrosse Club, and it's simply just an astronaut in an astronaut suit. And then my other one was from Jonas May on Instagram, Saturn LC. Super clean look. Again, has to do with space. Another great option.
Yeah, really simple. And that is Saturn.
That is,
It's
that
got
is
the
in
ring.
fact Saturn, yes.
That's the giveaway, if it has the ring. Also, Jack Rabbits is one of my favorite ones. This rabbit is quite literally jacked. Could be the jacked rabbits. Throw an AD in there. But one thing in particular that I think is really good about the ones you like, Lisa, is they have to have good emojis that correspond with the team.
We gotta have emojis to go with.
Also, we want to see all of the pictures that you took tonight for Halloween. If you dressed up as a PLL pro or if you carved a PLL pumpkin, we want to feature it on the show.
Send it our way. We want to see it.
We had 4 PLL pro costumes in the shop. Also, that's the final whistle. That's how we're gonna end every show. It could be a trivia question. It could be something we didn't answer at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
This week's gonna be a trivia question. What's your leading name for the 7th Club? And what's one thing you want to see on all future Fast Break episodes?
Yeah, this show is about you guys, so we want to hear what you want to see.
And we want to reward you guys too. So we're gonna pick one winner down below that's gonna get a $50 doll hair store
$50.
credit to the PLL shop. Same time, same place next week. Make sure to like this video if you enjoyed
Like
what
it.
you saw. Super easy, shoot it a like. And also, we're gonna let Trevor end the show out with a couple fun facts from our up next candidates. They're really good, so we wanna make sure we show them to you. So we'll see you same time, same place
Bye,
next
guys.
week.
Now, a couple fun facts about these guys. Now, you're never going to believe this. Jake plays the violin in school choir. If that gives you fast hands, I don't know what else does, okay? That's some straight speed on the chin, okay? That's chin speed. Andrew on the other hand, did not play the violin, but he was an all-state BMXer. I don't know if you got any backflips or front flips in you. That is also some serious speed. Thanks for tuning in.